I don't know if you're ready for this view. I certainly wasn't when I woke up. That hike was really hard though.
Hi, I'm Haley, and this is my channel where I document all my travels and new experiences in life. I'm a proud granola girl, and a mission I have this year is to get outside more. So in this video, we're going to be doing something very unfamiliar to me. Hope you enjoy. This is my first time ever backpacking.
Come here, Bubba's. This is Watson. Watson is my roommate Natalie's dog, but he is the most precious boy ever. He's not going to be going with us. Okay, go ahead. I don't really know what's in this bag. And it's the bag that I want to take tonight. So we're going to empty it.
In this video, I'm going to be showing you everything I'm packing for this trip. But remember, I've never done this, so if you see anything I could do better, feel absolutely free to comment your tips and tricks down below.
Okay, so she is empty, and I also just got a notification that our property water is going to be shut off at 3 p.m. So that means I need to go fill my water bladder, like, right now.
Let me give you a little history of my experience with sleeping outdoors. I started camping last summer, with my very first trip being a solo trip 6 hours away from home to the middle of the desert to see Valley of Fire State Park. Since then, I drove to Flagstaff and Sedona almost every other weekend during the summer and solo camped out of my car, teaching myself everything I know from how to pitch a tent to how to cook while I'm learning how to appreciate the outdoors. I've realized the best way to learn how to do something is just to start. The 75-liter pack that I'm using today is the first piece of equipment I ever got 5 years ago for Christmas. So what I'm saying is, this is your sign to start taking those trips, even if you have no idea what you're doing in the beginning.
So if this is going to take an hour and 15 minutes to get there, I'm really trying to calculate when I should leave. It is 1:30 right now, and the sun sets at 6:12 p.m. today. So I want to be there with plenty of time to set up camp and to, just make sure everything is okay. That means I really need to leave at like 6, 5, 4. If I leave at 3 and I get there at 4, say I take an hour to hike up, I'll be there at 5. I'll have an hour before sunset. I think that was a lot of math. I think giving myself an hour and a half to get ready would be perfect. Hopefully I can get ready faster than that. But as you can see, we haven't done anything. And I'm not super prepared, honestly. But it's a short hike. And that means that I have more time to think about, the logistics of, what do I need to bring? And am I going to survive? What's the temperature going to be? All those things. So an hour and a half, that's starting the clock now. I have an hour and a half before I have to leave. Let's go. I think we're going to start with the sleep system first. That way I know that I will have that covered and everything will be okay on that front. I have already used this sleeping bag before, so I think I'm going to go with the other one, which is an REI men's sleeping bag. Both of them are rated for really cold temperatures, so I'm not worried about being cold. But this one was a little uncomfortable for a side sleeper like myself. What I think I will do, though, is put this sleeping bag inside of the other case, because the other case compacts down a little bit smaller. I have my tent that I have used on many occasions, but always going from my car to the campsite, never actually hiking it in. A lot of people suggest to take your pieces of your tent out and pack them separately in your bag. And I think I'm just going to do that with the stakes, the beams. I don't know what they are. Anyway, I'm just going to do that with those because it's the tallest piece in this tent, as most tents are. And then the rest of it just kind of is already folded up pretty tight into this bag. So we're going to go with that. Ooh, I even have my camp light in here. I don't think I have my stakes in here, but I honestly don't know where they're at. Sleeping pad, pillow, my other sleeping pad. This one is foam, and I can use it to sit on, which is important. Critical right here. Very critical. I think that's really all the basics that I need. So Next step, now that we have the sleep situation figured out, which was surprisingly easy, I have my bag of camp eating things. So this is basically a bag that I've kept from REI, which tells you how old it is because REI doesn't use bags anymore. Basically has all my cooking, camping type of things in it. So like my little propane tanks, my mini gas stove attachment. The most important things are that I have some little cans of propane so I can boil my water to eat my dinner tonight. And of course, my camp coffee setup that I got on Amazon for a trip that I went on last summer, and it's amazing. We have my silverware. I'm just gonna go with the one that's the fullest, so this one is gonna be the winner. And to boil my water in, I have a pot that comes with like some bowls in it too, and I'm just gonna take 2 dehydrated meals, one for dinner, one for breakfast. And hopefully that'll be all right because I mean, it's pretty much a micro trip. I'm just going out there for one night. It's a short hike just to kind of, you know, get my bearings, get a feel for the area and what it's like to actually solo backpack. If anyone has tips on how you should pack your bag, please tell me because I don't know. I've literally never done this. My method right now is just shove everything in there so it fits. That's it. Unfortunately for me, everywhere I go, I have to bring a little bit of a beauty kit. I wear contacts, so I always have to have that with me. I really wish I didn't. Wish I had perfect vision, but I don't. So, you know, things gotta go in a little pack here so that I can see, because that's always good. Wipes to wash my face off, and a little mini toothbrush. And that's really it. So this little bag is going to be my amenities kit for my little trip. And then last but not least, I got some food, like I said. And then I'm going to show you this extra special thing that I got from REI because I have no self-control. I got some of these honey stingers because I went to a cycling class this morning and I was feeling pretty low energy, like lower than normal. So I'm just going to bring those just in case I'm feeling a little bit off. It'll be a nice little carbohydrate boost. And then I got for dinner, I'm trying something new. It's vegan and gluten-free. It's kana masala. I don't know if that's how you say that. But one of these packs from REI was like 10 bucks. Chickpeas, rice, coconut milk, tomato, and turmeric. So hopefully it is good. But I, of course, will let you know. And then for breakfast, I got a Summit breakfast scramble. It looks good. So, you know that I recently went to Hawaii, and when I was there, one of the girls that we met had this towel that I've been looking at getting forever. It's the ones, you know, the ones that like are the only towel you'll ever need for the rest of your life. REI had them, obviously for cheaper than the Honolulu airport. And they had a national parks design. So, you gotta check this out. It is the coolest thing. The reason that I initially looked at it was because immediately, like, the first thing I saw as it was hanging up was the islands, and I was like, weird, that's a sign. But it's really cool. It's America's national parks, so all the way laid out. It's the whole country, and you can see all the parks. They're all listed. I think it's really cool. I'm really glad that I found one that I actually liked. It's very unique, so I know that it's mine. I'm not going to get it confused with anybody else's while I'm traveling. So that's my little towel that I'm going to bring. This is cute. The tag says, "Own less, do more." That is my life motto. In the brain, I'm going to put my books and the book that I am going to be bringing to read. And as far as clothes go, I am simply going to wear what I am wearing, which is black leggings and a black tank top. I'm going to bring my long sleeve, lightweight Beyond Yoga shirt. And then I'm going to bring my REI green sweatshirt. I don't really know how I'm going to put those things like on my pack because it's warm out right now. I'm definitely not going to want them hiking up, but they're going to have to go somewhere because the temperatures, while they're not freezing at night, they're pretty cold. And I think I'm going to want the sweatshirt. And I'm just going to sleep in these clothes because there's not really a point in bringing a change of clothes, in my opinion, for one day. Like it's not even going to be 24 hours from when I leave my car to when I come back to my car. So I'm okay without a change of clothes. I can just sleep and be a little bit of a dirtbag. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I have made it to the trailhead. I'm about to head up and I'm just so excited. This is the first time I've ever done this. It's gonna be really exciting. I'm gonna tell you about how you can do this trail when I'm coming back down tomorrow morning. But for now, let's just hit the trail and get up there. Hopefully find a camping spot with a beautiful view.
Some folks measure their success by the labels in their suits. Some folks let their family ties choke them like a noose. But not me, my friend. No, not me, my friend. No, no, not me. Not me. We all got to die, and when it's my time, I'm gonna die living. Die living.
I think I'm about to round the corner to Weaver's Needle. Oh my gosh.
Hold me to the stage, let me loose and I will play, I will. But hold me back or tie me down, trap me under a golden crown, and watch me blow this nothing down. I will, I will.
We finally made it. Now I need to quickly get camp set up so I'm not completely in the dark. So, sleeping was a little bit rough, but with this view, I just can't complain. I know you can't see the sunrise with me in the shot, but it is so beautiful. Wow. Just wow. This ended up being my camping spot, which is directly across from Weaver's Needle. Wow. That is glorious. I've already had 2 hikers come up here this morning, so it's definitely a popular sunrise hike, which I was expecting. So as soon as it hit 6:30, I was like, okay, I'm up. I definitely woke up every like 2 hours. It wasn't windy. It was actually dead silent, which was a little bit creepy. So like any like lizard or bird that moved around, I was like, what was that? What was that? At midnight, there was definitely something larger walking around. It sounded like a person, and there was a light at one point. So I don't know. Take precautions if you will, but come on. Are you kidding me? This is so magical. I'm gonna let this sit and start on coffee. The sun is coming up over the edge. Wow, what a morning. And the coffee's almost done. That means I can eat. Can you believe this? Turns out I don't hate Arizona. I just hate Phoenix. This is gorgeous. I love this. Okay, so last night was chaotic. The hike was definitely harder than I anticipated it to be, especially with a pack that I don't know how much it weighed, but a lot. I would definitely budget yourself like an extra hour and a half because I ended up eating that sandwich that I made for dinner because I didn't want to set up my whole cooking system in the middle of the night when it's dark. Now, of course, it was only like 7 o'clock by the time that I was like fully in my tent, but still, it's spooky to be out in the Superstition Mountains at night alone. So just be mindful of that if you are planning this trip. As promised, when we get down to the bottom, I will be showing you what you need to do to basically do this hike and do this backpacking trip yourself. So now the next steps are finish breakfast, pack up, and head back down. So glad you guys came along with me. This was better than I thought it was going to be.
I'm still just sipping my coffee. But I think my favorite part about this is right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people up here right now. And all of them have just been so happy to see the view and like just like blown away. And they love asking me questions about like camping. And they're like, "You're alone?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can do it too." Like it's more easy than you think it is. Pretty accessible if you just do it, you know? You gotta stop hesitating. Yeah, it's a little scary sometimes, but it's nothing that you can't handle. And I just love that there's all these people out here now. Like, I feel like there's really a community of like people who just love nature. And they're all just out here having a good time. The sun feels so good. My toes are a little bit cold, but the sun feels so good. And along with the fact that people are up here, you should know this is a very popular trail. You're gonna see people.
Yeah, we got a hiker coming down.
You guys look like you're having a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's not gonna be a time where you're not gonna see people, especially like it's the 3rd week in February right now, and the weather is perfect in the Superstitions during these first 2 months of the year because it's Arizona. So it's actually a moderate temperature. So yeah, just expect people and have an open mind about talking to people and have fun. I was planning on just packing up and leaving this morning, but I think I'm actually going to explore the area a little bit because it goes on for a little while in both directions. So just going to want to see what's going on around here and give you a little view of like where exactly I put my tent because it's the perfect spot. Okay, so right here is the main trail of like where you come up to view Weaver's Needle, and the trail continues on that way. The spot that I picked is over here to the left. There's a fire pit right here, so it is an established camping area, and right back in front of these bushes is where I put my tent. There's a little bit of an incline, which is honestly perfect to put your head on the higher part, but it's flat. It's not too rocky, and with a sleeping pad, it makes for a perfect spot. And then when you actually are like in the tent, you have a perfect view of Weaver's Needle. You quite literally from the inside, perfect view. Bam. In my unbiased opinion, this is the perfect spot to camp. So there's trails that go up this way, and I've seen people over on this hill. I think I'm going to explore that way, and then if you come in from the other side where there's a loop trail, you would come in this way. So you'd have a view of Weaver's Needle before you even got here. And it looks much different, I've heard, from the back and the side. So this is like the iconic view, but there are other views. And you can also actually boulder on Weaver's Needle. Okay, with the entrance of a screaming, crying baby, it is time to go. As I was sitting here listening to people talk, I did find out that there's another camping spot up here, and it's called, I think, Lone Pine Tree or something like that. Lone Tree. It's named accordingly because it is literally by a lone tree. I will show you in just a second. There's too many people up here now, so I've got everything packed up, and it's time to go back down the mountain. Weaver's Needle is right there, and just off to the side you can see that single tree. Apparently you can get over there by taking a trail that way, and it wraps all the way around to that tree. So if you want a little more of a secluded camping spot, that would definitely be the one. Give you a different view of the needle. We have another 2.2 miles to go down. I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. If you have, make sure to give it a like. Comment down below if you've done anything like this. If you're scared maybe to do a backpacking trip, this is a great way to start. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know anything. I literally don't know anything about backpacking. Like what you're supposed to do, nothing. So if somebody like me can do it and figure it out, so can you. I will meet you down at the bottom to show you how you can do this hike if you are in the Arizona area and just want to get away from the city, or if you've never backpacked and this is how you want to start. We are nearly to the end here, and I know this direct light on my face is very flattering, but I want to give you some details on how you can do this hike, and then I'll show you once we get right down to the bottom where you sign in and sign out. This trail is called Fremont Saddle via Peralta Trail, or just the Peralta Trail on all trails. It is steep, guys, so just be prepared for that. It's very, very rocky. So I would suggest bringing some good shoes, but I've seen people in sandals. Wouldn't recommend that though. It's located in Gold Canyon or in the Superstition Mountains. The Superstition Mountains go on for a while, so Gold Canyon's a very much more specific location for it. It's about an hour east of Phoenix, and the last 5 to 7 miles of the route to the trailhead is gravel road. It's pretty well maintained. The first time I ever came out here, I struggled a little bit, but I think it had just rained. I think they're doing a much better job of maintaining the road now. I pretty much had no problems. And there is a parking lot with sufficient space right at the trailhead, so you won't have a problem finding parking, or at least you shouldn't have a problem finding parking. I stand extremely corrected about parking. I went out Friday to Saturday. I had to rush out of there so fast because people wanted my spot. It was a madhouse. You couldn't get parking. At least 100 people were going up, and it was madness. There's a lot of river crossings that are pretty minor, but it's nice to see water in the desert. And the best part about this trail is that there is no permit required. When you come out here, you can backpack, camp up at the top, either at Lone Tree or at Fremont Saddle, or even further along the trail. You don't need a permit. There is a logbook down at the very beginning of the trail with all the maps and the information of the trail, and that's where you're going to put your name if you're camping or if you're just hiking, and your date of departure, and then you will put your date of return when you come back. Make sure not to put your date of return until you come back, because that could lead people to believe that you came back if somehow you got lost, and they want to be able to know who's out there if you do get lost and need help. When you're going up, you're going to the left. Thanks.
Okay? Have fun, be safe, enjoy. Everybody local.
I'm about to.
I've just stopped at the Lost Dutchman Gold Mine Trail parking lot to get like resituated because I want to change. I brought myself clothes, as you saw me change into my shirt. I'm gonna tell you right now, I smell so bad. Truly don't think I've ever smelled so bad in my life. Pro tip, pack yourself a clean pair of clothes for after you get done. Because I mean, I was sweaty and then I slept in those same clothes and then I sweat again on the way back down. There are porta potties down here at this trailhead, so I am going to hit that really fast and then I will say goodbye. One adventure, you guys. Every time I do something like this that I think I couldn't do and then I do it, I can't even explain to you the like sense of accomplishment, and it just proves to me that literally anything you want to do, just go do it. The biggest thing that's holding you back is you just being unsure of whether or not you think you can do it or whether you can't do it. There's one way to find out, and it's to go try to do it. So that's my lesson for you all today. If you liked this video and found it helpful in any way, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have anything to add, or if this made you feel some type of way, leave a comment down below. I love chatting with you guys, and it's helpful for me to know what kind of things you like, what kind of things you don't like. So leave that down in the comments. I try to reply to every single one of them. So see you down in the comments. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that so you can catch all of my adventures throughout Arizona and all over the world. Some really exciting things are happening this year. So with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Focus.